Hello and welcome to the quick video. This is a quick video to talk about why I personally am not a fan of antennas mounted horizontally like this on things like quads and planes. And forgive the very high cost demonstration equipment here. As John Hammond says in Jurassic Park, spared no expense. So the way I've done this is just because this is so easy to kind of show and illustrate the point. Now, as I've talked about in lots of other videos, if we imagine that this is the linear antenna that's on many things like express LRS receivers and other stuff, and this is the antenna that's on the radio, when they are both aligned, whether that's vertically or horizontally, in whatever orientation, that's when the signal is the best. And as a model starts to bank and roll and the antenna on your radio is still stuck up straight in the air, and as the antenna starts to move out of alignment up till about 45 degrees out of phase, you're going to get about 70% of the signal. And then as it goes to completely out of alignment, so say this one's now horizontal because we're flying with the model tilted over at 90 degrees, this one's still on the radio, this is really not great. However, the worst point is actually the ends of these antennas, because the way that the reception and radiation pattern works is it isn't completely isotropic. It's not a complete unbroken circle. It's rather like if you cut an apple in half, if you can imagine, it's like a circle, but it kind of dips in at the ends. These ends are called nulls, and they are the least sensitive part of the antenna, both to receive and also to transmit information. So ideally, you never want the nulls to be in play when you're flying around. So actually, the worst situation to be in is if this antenna is vertical on the radio and this one is actually flying like that, and you have the null pointed at the radio, because then you're going to start to get issues. Now, I actually found this out by basically doing something a bit dumb, which, you know, we all do, and using crossfire on a wing. And normally the way that I mount it, and this is, you know, to represent a little quadcopter, the way I would normally mount an antenna would be vertically on a wing or a quad, and you've seen me do that lots and lots of different times. So I have the antenna on my radio vertical as well, so as I'm flying around and doing all the bits and pieces, it's never getting out of phase with the antenna that's on the radio. However, in this particular instance, because I wanted a low profile setup, I mounted the antenna horizontally like that. And that was fine when it was close in, but as I started to get a little bit further away, the issue is I'm flying along, the null is now the part of the antenna that is sending and receiving information down to my radio. And as I'm flying around, that null comes into play an awful lot, particularly if you're flying around yourself, or you're doing passes, or maybe you're just doing a turn at the end of the field and you're coming around. There's a very good chance that at some point in that, the null is going to be the part of the antenna that's going to be used. That is why I'm not a fan of mounting my antennas horizontal. It'll work fine, and if you're not pushing range or you're using higher powers, you know what, it'll be tickety-boo. However, for me personally, I like to mount my antennas vertical, and then no matter how I fly around, it's only if I'm flying at completely 90 degrees that I'm going to get into this situation. Now, of course, in reality, the way that I tend to set my models up is I'll have two antennas on the model, and they will be set up in that kind of V configuration, so that no matter how the model tilts and rolls, it's never going to be out of phase with the one on the radio. But my recommendation is, if you have trouble with any kind of range, set up the antenna vertically on your model and vertically on your radio, and that way, even as you're flying around banking and rolling, it's not going to be using the nulls to send and receive data, and that'll give you a much better experience. Thank you for watching my video. Check out the playlist, and adding Pedantry 60 to your search terms will help you find my content. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. You can support the time I spend here answering questions and helping others by using the links in the video description.